maybe. So imagine that spruced out, but the action is so good. You sit up in your seat and you're like, God damn. This makes me understand when you watch movies sometimes and you're like, oh, I'm going to see an action movie. And you're like, oh, that was really good. And you think it's good. And yeah, it's good. But when you see action done really well, it makes you rethink everything. And you're like, if action could be like this all the time, why is it not like this? Why don't they use practical effects in these points? Obviously, I know people don't have $1 million every time, but the point is, if you use practical in a certain points and you CGI at certain points, and then you don't cut away at the right time, and you use the right actors where you don't have to cut away, and you see the physical motion of a hit with the perfect amount of practical, and the perfect amount of blood, and the perfect amount of CGI, and the perfect amount of sound design, when that crack hits and the skin rips off and the person is kicked to the side, jeez Louise, this action was amazing. And that's a very small, like I said, I give you, that's not the biggest part of the movie, but Guillermo puts the action in the perfect parts of the movie where it's like, hey, I know you're not here just for this, but let me give it to you. Let me just shake you. Let me show you, like, I got other stuff in this movie besides the drama, besides the existential crisis of, just bringing someone back from the dead. Like, there's a lot of themes with this movie. One thing I'm gonna say is this. Now we're gonna get more into the review. Okay, if you made it this far, you get it. You're gonna get what you want if you want to hear something about the story, or just a little bit more meat, I guess, to a review. Frankenstein. Oscar Isaac was amazing. Oscar Isaac was amazing. What I will say is this. People want to do things because they can. I don't know if anyone ever tried to create Frankenstein, but I'm sure they did. I'm sure someone has tried to bring, I'm sure. We always try to do things we want. We just because the idea of it, we create nukes. We always want to do something. And the point is, like, you get to the horizon, you get to the finish line, then what? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, we just want to do things. I understand it's human nature. And I like the questions. This movie poses a lot of questions. But the point I want to say is this. Oscar Isaac is an inventor. He's a scientist. And I'm trying not to spoil anything. What I will say is this. Obviously, everyone knows Frankenstein is going to exist because it's Frankenstein. He's not going to not exist. So yes, Frankenstein does exist. He is brought to life. That's a spoiler if you want to call it, but it's not. So Frankenstein exists. All right. Now picture this. You have an inventor. He's looking at his creature. He wants him to be smart. But it's interesting because this scientist had so much patience in creating and going through the work to get Frankenstein.